now with Jon O'Brien, president of Catholics for Choice, about how the Catholic League and its director, William Donohue, managed to constantly hog the spotlight for his brand of reactionary Catholicism. And I think I started off this program asking you, Mr. O'Brien, just how much trouble does Donohue cause?
I think he causes quite a lot of trouble, and I think it's because of an inherent weakness in the news media that actually doesn't concentrate, doesn't look behind what people are saying, and seems to take for face value their claims. The number of examples of anti-Catholicism claimed by the Catholic League grew amazingly from 140 cases in 1995 to 320 cases in 2006. Yet the only thing that seems to have actually increased is the League's definition of anti-Catholic activity. Donohue is constantly threatening to set the organization's claimed 350,000 members on people or organizations that don't toe the League's line. When Walmart changed Christmas to holiday on its website, Donohue threatened a nationwide boycott of the retailer for banning Christmas.
I remember that.
They didn't ban Christmas. They just changed it on their website as a description that probably is far more encompassing for all the folks who shop at Walmart. When the Democratic National Committee refused to remove a link to my organization, Catholics for Choice, it was Donohue who threatened to try and undermine the Democratic Party with critical Catholic voters by branding it anti-Catholic if it didn't get rid of us from their website. Of course, the DNC stood firm and faced Donohue down on that. But the point is that usually they threaten a boycott, then they call it off shortly later. When the targeted party makes some minor concession, the League can call a victory. As happened with Walmart, who renamed the holiday section of its website the Christmas section. And it's this type of intimidation of, companies, this type of manipulation of the media ensures that the Catholic League is there in the spotlight. And that's why the folks who are listening to this radio program, you can check out this report on our website, Catholics for Choice, and you can read the report for yourself. And next time you see something like this happen, pick up the phone, call Walmart, pick up the phone, call CNN, and actually say that you don't appreciate being subjected to this type of media, that you do want more light than heat, and you want more balance than someone like Donohue is going to give us.
Now, we know the feeling as non-believers. We are often maligned privately and in the media, but we're not asking universities to pull Bibles out of their university libraries because the Bible calls us fools, as if that were some kind of a hate speech. But that's kind of what does Bill Donohue speak for all Catholics, I guess, is what we're asking.
I think it's vitally important that people understand that, Catholics in the United States of America are much the same as other folks. And we have a particular religious belief, but we don't feel the same paranoia, and we don't feel the same need to generate controversy around our religion. We can take criticism. Very often, you have an artist who has grown up Catholic, and some of that experience has been maybe painful or interesting or different, and they manifest it in a certain way. Most Catholics are not, upset by seeing art that reflects our religion, even in a critical way. Most of us are big enough, grown up enough, and mature enough and secure enough in what we believe to be able to take criticism and being able to see it as part of that panoply of conversation in the United States of America that makes this country an important and great country. If Donohue was to succeed, it would be a silencing of our consciences, not just for those of you who are atheists, but for all of us in the United States, including people of faith. And that's why he cannot triumph, and that's why we've written this report, to expose the tactics in the hope that those who are in control of the media will actually see that this is a shell game, and it's a shell game that needs to be called.
And consumers of the media need to also speak up, as you were saying.
I think we're the ones with the power, We are the ones who, and it's not just a matter of turning off the TV, although sometimes that's better to do than not, but sometimes it's a matter of picking up the phone and making sure that some corporation actually knows that there's other folks out there who can be mobilized, who can complain, and that they don't find this. And I say the same thing to Catholics, that unless we as Catholics speak out and say, Bill Donohue and the Catholic League do not speak for us, and the misconception that can be there is that they do. Catholics are a lot more liberal than Bill Donohue. He's the one that's in the minority. He represents a minority Catholicism, a minority extremist view of religion. And we quite frankly reject that because we see America as being a bigger, a better, and more mature place.
Now, we only have about 2 minutes left, but doesn't William Donohue go after victims of the organizations working for victims of pedophile priests, for example? Isn't that part of his complaint of anti-Catholicism?
I'm very glad you mentioned this. This has been particularly appalling. Unable to explain away the Catholic Church's embarrassing pedophilia scandal, Donohue tried to turn it back on progressive Catholic activists, claiming that they were exaggerating the scandal and trying to bring down the church.
So it's your fault. Huh?
He also very definitely went after those groups that attempt to lift up the voices of those who've been victimized. And this shows your listeners again just how far out there the Catholic League are. Because when the Pope came to the United States of America, one of the first things the Pope did was to apologize for the scandal, to take responsibility for the scandal, a little bit late, but better late than never, in my view, and to say that we needed to do something about this scandal in the Catholic Church. So the Pope recognized something that Bill Donohue didn't. The Pope was not, during his visit here to the United States, trying to deflect responsibility for it, and Donohue is.